Welcome back to Beyond No Reason and a high-level match between two great players of the game, or we always hope for the great players of the game. We've got Darth Resin in blue, so we'll see him with us. He is a Armada, and we've got his counterpart, Pro Bison, and he is Cortex. So we got one of each. That's always quite nice. I always say that to start with, I always think the Cortex has the upper hand against the Armada. Because if he's going to go grunts or thugs, he's got a couple of options. We may see some ticks out by Darth Revan, but we don't really know. Like I said, the pro players tend to play this game differently to what our us ordinary mortals would do in that respect. As you can see here, they tend to the solars and that where we would probably be going our wind. Yeah, there you go. So he's sending some tips out. And don't forget, this game is absolutely free. If you've not seen this game, you can download it for free from the Beyond All Reason website. Also known as Bar as well. We use these interchangeably. So basically what he's doing is sending some around, scouting to see what's going on. So we'll see what Pro Bison's trying to do. Nothing at the moment. Might be able to get some. We might be able to get some ticks in here. It'd be nice to get the ticks round this back here. Now, if we can get it round the back, the commander will not want a D gun, or he's going to take out his stuff. But it just depends on how they feel as if it's going to be going. Now we are getting into the crux of it here. Yep. Oh, he's got a rascal out quite just at the right time there. Very lucky, but that's sometimes how it plays. So we go in vehicles over bots, and we've got bots obviously on the Armada. One nice, although I don't find that these players tend to use the Lazarus a lot. There's not a lot of it can reclaim. I mean, you've only got really that if you want to boost your. I think that comes under the metal. Oh no, it comes under the energy. My apologies. This is quite nice. Will he send the? Yeah, this rascal may upset this con here. There's just a real fine line between the for the 1v1. You can lose it within no time at all. Nice pickup taking out the metal extractor there. Taking out metal on this early on is really annoying. The pawn will take that out. It would have been nice actually to do a bit more damage, but not too bad. There we go. So we get the Lazarus and he'll get this back going again. So not too much. It is, I mean, you are going to lose a bit of metal, so you are going to probably lose 30 seconds to 45 seconds, if not longer, of metal, which is quite significant when you do that every second, you know? How else are we going? No, we still only got pawns out. There's no real pushing going on in this yet. Just a couple. Again, we got an incisor this time, a couple of incisors. Now they will do pretty well against the pawn, but nothing too dramatic. The rascals are still up the top. You can definitely use this map to your advantage if you can get around on these areas here, you know, and vice versa. We have played this. I actually haven't played this map on the channel before. It was a 2v2, I think, if I remember. And I think the first one went okay. The second one didn't get into very well with the second one. It's just using these rascals here for scouting. So when this pawn and the tick come down, he knows what's happening. So that's the reason why. If we look at Pro Bison's what he can see, that's as much as he can see at the moment. So it is It's cheaper than putting a radar out, and obviously you can actually use the unit that you want to use. Like I said, the only trouble with him, he hasn't got any. He's not doing a bot lab, so he's got no grave robbers either. Still just pumping out. I never understood the pro players why they want to do the this amount of incisors or whatever, and you never really see them using the repeat either. And I couldn't understand why. And the reason why that is, if you forget about it and end up having like 100 constructors or something like that in the game. But it's a bit back and forth. There's no real urgency pushing. I mean, these incisors will absolutely decimate them pawns for sure. But he's definitely going to have to get some bigger units somewhere. But he's just pushing the pawns out. Only so far. And he's re-resed the rascal. So I was thinking, how the hell did he get the rascal? Well, he's re-resed it. You can tell it's been re-resed if you've not seen this game before. If I can find it now, I know it's around here somewhere. There's always a halo around. And that's what you're actually looking for. So, I can't find a halo, but there we go. So you can see this little halo around. And that means it's been re-resed. I've always said in this game, I think if you re-res something, you should only get a percentage of the full. Because that way, you've got to really say, do I re-res? Is it worth doing that? Or do I make new units? And at the moment, you get the full lot back. So, it is re-resing. But obviously you could get the metal and things like that resources. So again, it's just he's using a pawn here just to wait to come down to this gap. But nothing really too substantial between the two. The incisors will keep building, and that's going to be Darth Resin's problem. He's scaling really well though. I mean, these players do really well at scaling. It's just phenomenal. I just don't know how they do it. The wind's pretty good though. It is doing quite well, which always helps in this, especially when you've got the wind. Again, if you've not seen it, solar will give you a constant energy, but wind is a percentage of what it is here. It normally would be higher than the solar, but you can never guarantee it. And obviously, if it goes absolutely falls off, then you lose it. We've now got some maces out. It's a lot slower than obviously the tick and the pawn movement, but a lot more powerful. Definitely has got quite a few of them coming out. That's 6 so far. That'll do some damage to the incisor, but obviously the incisor will be faster. So you've got that against. It's a nice pushy. It's about, it's very. If we take this as a diagonal, it's about even Steven. I know I look at the information up here and I don't tend to go over it too much because, it can change quite rapidly on a 1v1. Now you see the pawns, these pawns will get absolutely decimated. He is still pushing, but not as much as I was surprised, especially with the all incisors he has got. That will definitely do something against them. This needs to be blocked somewhere. Otherwise, this is going to get... I know he's got 3 light laser turrets, now 4 and now 5. But it's not really... The trouble is obviously you've only really got 3 on the front line because of the way they're lined up. This is further back. And that may or may not cause a problem later on in the game. There's no decisive push at the moment. Talk about feeling the water. Now the maces are coming back actually. I'm quite surprised he's not pushing the maces. Like I said, there's a lot of mace there. The only other thing, no, he's going air. I think he's probably going air because he's really worried. Oh, he's probably seen air. That's why. I didn't see that, obviously, but we're going around the map. But now it makes sense why he's going there. And he's obviously got these if these were too close as well, especially if the bomber would start to blow, and they would just counter, you know, one would blow and then another one would blow and another one would blow. So there's things like that you've got to... There's a lot to think about in this game. A lot to think about. It's so fine lines. I enjoy the 1v1, but I'm just not very good at it. And I suppose you need to play more of it, you know what I mean? And then, you know, it's getting to play against people, to be honest, when I'm one way. Because people don't tend to do it very often. But these missions will take down the light laser. I think that's that was a twin guard. So that was the higher of the T1. But he didn't really get it up. We've got a pounder out there, which is being taken down. A couple of pounders, actually. I wouldn't class maces as swarm units for sure. Yeah, here we go. You see what I mean? It's not going to do a massive amount of damage because they're not close to each other. And obviously he's got the build turrets to get this back again. Ooh, that'll take out some though. Oh, how unlucky is that? That is really unlucky for Dark Revan there. But hopefully it won't have too much effect on him. Unlucky that he took it out, but he didn't actually... Oh, we got a T2 already. Flipping out. This is very unusual on a 1v1. Especially this early in the game. You know, well, I wouldn't say early in the game, but... Bedbug time. I hate them blooming things. They're a nightmare to get rid of. But this is going to do some damage. This is definitely going to do some damage. These maces are going to be really good to difficult to get rid of from the incisor. I'm quite surprised the mace has not actually taken out the... Yeah, this looks like almost... you see what I mean by fine lines? There was a lot of maces there. He's going to struggle to take this down. He's either going to have to go over with a D gun, or it's a GG. I say the T2 was the problem. This is why you know, even on a 1v1, this is why I was really surprised. There we go, GG. I'm very surprised he went for the T2 there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We will see you in the next game. Bye for now.